Daniel Brunel was born in Georgian in the Netherlands into a family of distinguished mathematicians. Daniel Brunel was born originally from Antwerp at the time in the Spanish Netherlands, but immigrated to escape Spanish persecution of the Huguenots. After a brief period of Frankfurt, the family moved to Basel in Switzerland. Daniel was the son of John Bernoulli, one of the early developers of calculus, and a nephew of Jacob Bernoulli, who was the first discoverer of the theory of probability. He had two brothers, Nicholas and John II. Daniel Bernoulli was described by W. W. Russell Ball as by far the ablest of the young Bernoullis. He is said to have had a bad relationship with his father upon both of them entering and trying for first place in the scientific contest at the University of Paris. John, unable to bear the shame of being compared to Daniel's equal banned Daniel from his house. John Bernoulli also produced same key ideas from before hydrodynamics, despite Daniel's attempts to reconcile his father carried the graduate until his death. Around school age, his father, Jonathan, encouraged him to study business, there being poor rewards awaiting a mathematician. However, Daniel refused, became he wanted to study mathematician. He later gave in to his father's wishes and studied business. His father then teach him mathematics primarily, which they continued for some time. Daniel studied medicine at Basel, Heidelberg, and Strasbourg, and earned a PhD in anatomy and botany in 1721. He was a contemporary and close friend of Lamberth Euler. He went to St. Petersburg in 1724 as a professor of mathematics, but was very unhappy there, and temporary illness in 1733 gave him excuse of leaving St. Petersburg. He returned to the University of Basel, where he successfully held the chair of medicine, metaphysics, and natural philosophy until his death. In May 1750, he was elected the Fellow of the Royal Society. The shape of an airplane's wing, called an airfoil, the air into which the airplane flies, is split at the wing's leading edge, passing above and below the wing at a different speed, so that the air will reach the same endpoint along the straight line edge of the wing at the same time. In general, the wing's upper surface is curved, so that the air rushing over the top of the wing speeds up, stretches out, which decreases the air pressure above the wing, and the constant airflow below the wing moves in a straight line, thus it speeds and the pressure remains about the same. Since high pressures always move towards low pressures, air below the wing pushes upwards towards the air above the wing. The wing is in the middle is then lifted. The force of lift is greater than the force of gravity. The airplane is able to fly, and because of thrust, the airplane is able to move forward in flight according to Newton's third law of motion. The acting wings moving through the air creates lift. Bernoulli's principle of flight is one of the most important principles, allowing planes to take off the ground with large amounts of cargo, people, and to take them to their destination in a short amount of time in the fastest way possible over everything else in practically a straight line. It allows us to go incredible heights with ease and go down and fall incredible heights while slowing down. Altogether, Bernoulli's principle is used many times every day, and the world would not be the same without it. That was my explanation of Bernoulli's principle, him, and the uses of it. I hope you enjoyed listening to it.